Fire Eyes Media.
When I was growing up, I can really only think of one April Fool's prank I pulled. If you know me at all, you know that I was that kid that got straight A's in school and never acted out in class. Dear God, just the thought of getting in trouble would give me like heart palpitations.
Yeah, we were the same in that regard, for sure.
Well, one April Fool's, I got my teacher to write me a detention slip stating that I had thrown a chair in class, which is outrageous, but it looked legit from the teacher, like on a real slip and everything. I mean, needless to say, my parents didn't buy it, but it was still pretty entertaining.
Which teacher was this?
This was in elementary
Oh,
school before
wow.
I had even moved here. Yeah.
I didn't take you for the type to try to like pull a prank like that. That's funny.
I contribute that to my dad.
Oh man, I could totally see your mom be like, "There's no way
It's like, nice try, Amber.
you did this." So we never really did any sort of April Fool's stuff in my house. It was actually kind of banned because my mom's birthday is April Fool's Day. And so she's always hated it because people would play pranks on her birthday. And I was like, it's my freaking birthday and you're going to do all these pranks. And so she never liked April Fool's Day. And it's pretty funny though, because she was born in the backseat of a car on a bridge on the way to the hospital on April Fool's Day. Yeah. So it's a pretty funny story and it fits my mom to a T. Like, of course she would be born in the back of a car on a bridge on April Fool's Day, but we don't do April Fools in my house, and I still don't because it was such a negative experience growing up.
Your poor grandma. Your poor mom, but your poor grandma, like going into labor, like on April Fool's, it's like, really, who's playing this prank on me? Because that's just not even funny. Like, it's, and your birthday is like the one day a year you're supposed to get a pass on everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not fair to be born on a day that is known for shenanigans.
I think that's why my mom is such a serious person, and she does not handle being the butt of jokes at all.
At all. You can only handle so much.
Yeah.
Well, today we're delving into the world of law enforcement officer pranks. Some from April Fool's Day, considering today is April Fool's Day, and some from the world of Reddit, which never really disappoints.
No, it really doesn't. But before we get started, let's hear our riddle for the day. I'm filled with air and hide under your seat. Sit down and I'll give you a treat. What am I? Stay tuned to the end to find out the answer.
I'm Gina.
And I'm Amber. And this is Weird True Crime.
First thing we have to highlight today is from a year ago in Cedar Park, which is literally a stone's throw from where I'm sitting right now.
The Cedar Park Police Department took to X with a photo of 2 Dunkin' Donuts boxes.
One of them was closed and one of them was open, revealing the contents inside. Instead of delectable frosting-coated donuts, the boxes contained a veggie platter.
It literally looks like an H-E-B veggie platter with carrots and tomatoes and broccoli. Had been transplanted into the box in a handwritten, haha, April Fools, inside the box lid. It was 100% from H-E-B.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. The caption above the photo reads, quote, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills. I will find you, end quote.
Below that says, not cool whoever messed with our power rings. Happy April Fool's Day, hashtag Cedar Park.
I really love that they took like a super stereotype and just ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who decided to call donuts power rings, like you win the internet, and I'm forever calling donuts a power ring now.
I mean, the sugar will give you quite a rush.
A little bit of a boost.
Yeah, maybe that's why cops, quote unquote, love donuts so much. Like the sugar gives you a little bit
It's
of
the
that
sugar rush.
Sugar rush. You get a lot done. when you're, on that high.
Yeah.
That's really cute. I'd be curious to know how often pranks like that are done at, like, police departments and things like that.
So when I was looking into this, at least once a year, obviously, on April Fools, there are
Mhm.
known for it police departments that will partake. But I'm you will find out that there are a lot of pranks that are pulled continuously throughout the year through different law enforcement agencies
That's pretty
all the
cool.
time.
We have to highlight one more police department's Facebook post from April 1st, 2025. Jerome Police Department from Southern Idaho did not disappoint.
Their Facebook post reads as such, quote, Southern Idaho is set to experience one of the hottest summers ever, with record-setting highs well into the triple digits. Keeping our officers cool has become a top priority. We believe the tactical kilt is the answer.
We are taking transparency to a new level. Don't complain if you're the one looking, and would like to outline the numerous benefits of a tactical kilt over the traditional uniform pant.
Comfort. Loose fitting material means running faster, jumping higher, reaching farther, and performing at a better level in all physical activities. No explanation needed.
Versatility tactical kilts work as a Class A, Class B, and utility uniform. This saves you, the taxpayers, some of that money we are always wasting. Unisex appeal. Tactical kilts have been a huge hit with both our male and female officers. Research indicates that 78% less time is spent in the restroom when compared to a duty belt and normal uniform pant. This is especially nice in emergency situations.
Comfortable in any weather. Idaho's weather can throw all four seasons at you in the blink of an eye. When utilizing the tactical kilt, officers need only to worry about the appropriate sock height and thickness to be ready for any type of unpredictable weather. Sock garters will be issued to avoid any Marilyn Monroe type of situations with windy conditions.
And last, but certainly not least, the main reason we have decided to make the change, breathable tactical kilts allow for increased airflow and ventilation in both directions, which will keep our officers cool and comfortable in the upcoming summer months. It's going to be a scorcher out there, folks. Stay frosty. End quote.
Then below that plethora of information, it says, pictured below are some of our day shift officers who are excited to hit the streets in their new tactical kilts, with a photograph of 10 officers wearing the aforementioned kilts.
They really did go all out for this one.
It's the picture's so cute. They're all like literally standing there in kilts. It's kind of like they went so far with it that you almost could buy it. Almost.
That's hilarious. But honestly, we went to Scotland and there were tour guides that wore kilts. And so they were
Mhm.
talking to us about why they were created and all of the usefulness of them. I'm like, dude, totally. Like, I could see the appeal for sure. So, but yeah, that's pretty cute. It's very creative. It's not your normal
Mhm.
kind of April Fool's thing. I wonder whose idea that was. Somebody in the main office, one of the officers, who knows? But that's
You
cute.
know, but they need a donut.
They do. They deserve a donut for that one.
Now we turn to Reddit in their Ask Law Enforcement forum. Our first one is DQ or McD's, any place with soft serve ice cream. I took my chief at the time to Dairy Queen. It was summer, 90 plus degrees. I'm driving. I suggest we grab a cone and head through the drive through. Get our cones and pull away from the window. I sniff my cone and ask him if his smells weird. As soon as he put it under his nose, I slammed the brakes on. He blew ice cream out of his nose for about 2 minutes, swore me to secrecy, and got just about every officer in our small department.
Oh my god, he's lucky he like didn't get in trouble for that.
It he hopefully kind of like gauged the man and
He
his
knew,
level
yeah.
of humor and knew that he'd be like fine and not at risk for severe bodily injury. So, but like those little pranks like that are hilarious, and the fact that he was like, "Okay, you do not tell anybody about this," and proceeded to get everybody else himself.
That's really cute. That kind of stuff is so wholesome and
Yes.
harmless, you know?
It reminds you that, we know there are bad cops out there, but there are a ton of good cops, and those good cops are human just like you and I.
And like pulling little pranks on each other.
Mhm.
Next is worked in a very rural county. The jail dispatch was on the third floor of the courthouse. One night, an officer called dispatch and asked if they wanted chicken for supper. The local restaurant often sent food. The officer had caught 6 chickens that got loose from a transport truck. When the elevator opened, mayhem ensued. Aw, that's cute. I'd have been like, sweet chickens.
Look at all those
That's
chickens.
a lot of bird poop and feathers.
That's I don't wanna clean that up, but that
No.
would have been funny to laugh at.
Yeah, that's cute. Would you like some chicken? That's not what I had in
It's
mind.
not exactly what I had in mind. I
No,
was thinking more along the lines of nuggies.
I know. Not trying to make it
Whatever.
myself, but that's super cute and clever. I like it.
And again, mostly harmless.
Mhm.
All right, this one is from a retired CSI. Quote, "We had a dead body floating in a canal. Rookie deputy caught the call and radioed for coroner and SIU to respond. By the time the coroner, deputy, and I, scientific investigations, got on scene, the rookie was as green as the body. Turns out it was the first dead body he had seen in the wild. The coroner deputy made the rookie help him secure the body in the body bag. Rook is even greener now. The patrol sergeant had been eating a shaved ham sandwich on his way to the call. Gets a look in his eye and says, 'Watch this.' He walks up to the rookie, puts his hand on his back, and says, 'It looks like you got a little bit of him on you.' He pulls out a piece of shaved ham and eats it. The rookie excused himself and ran to a nearby sagebrush to look for a guy named Ralph." End quote.
Oh my god.
You could tell they're like so desensitized. Like, I mean, you have to kind of like separate yourself in order
Mhm.
to get through it. But I want to shake that man's hand.
I know. I've
That takes a
also it takes the seriousness out of it a little bit for the rookie too, you know? I
yeah, and
mean,
and they're not trying to be disrespectful to
no.
the person at all, but like they still have to live on their lives. They still have to find like, if this is one way that they're able to cope. And like we've said so many times, comedy is cheaper than therapy. If
Mhm.
they could find little ways to joke
Compartmentalize or
and
yeah.
laugh, yeah.
Yeah. That poor rookie, but I mean, at least he got to come away from that with a pretty funny memory of his
Mhm.
first experience dealing with a dead body. How, funny that that other dude just happened to have, like, a shaved ham sandwich on him.
Happened to have it. At least it wasn't something green.
Yeah, that's very true. Up next is, quote, "Employee kept playing jokes on me that I always played off with minimal reaction, so she kept trying to get me. I heard her get out at a restaurant with her recruit at about 4 a.m. I snuck into their car while they were inside the restaurant and filled their sun visors above them with glitter. I filled the defrost vents with glitter and set the controls to defrost high. I then pulled into an alley across the street and turned the camera on my dash cam. They came out and got in the car. When she turned on the car, an explosion of glitter blew up in the car and she actually dove out of the car door onto the asphalt. She then drove to our gas pumps and vacuumed the entire car for about 20 minutes. At the end of the shift, she parked at the station and
Mhm.
back in the pre computer days, you kept your completed reports above your visor. She flipped her visor down to grab her reports and was once again covered in glitter. She never played another joke on me again."
This one literally terrifies me to my very soul. I hate glitter
Yeah.
with a burning, fiery passion of 1,000 suns that I can't even begin to describe to you how much I hate glitter.
No, I don't like it either. But she kind of deserved it. Like, if you're going to bother somebody that much, you kind of had it coming. So
I no, like, yeah, if it's what is that whole fuck around and find out, homie just finally got tired of it. Can't blame
she
them,
found
but,
out.
like, my god, like, that is the stuff nightmares are made of. It's like it's worse than beach sand.
Yes.
You go to the beach, you got sand, like, permanently attached to you and your belongings for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
Glitter will follow you into the afterlife.
Oh, yeah.
It is the worst.
She's gonna find glitter for the rest of time. She will never
Yep.
get away from all of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. At least she
Nope.
learned.
No, thank you. God. Oh man, here, this next one is one that I wish I could have pulled off on someone before. Now I'm too chicken shit. Quote, my boss left his computer open and unattended. I minimized everything, hit print screen, pasted the image into Paint, saved it to the desktop, set the image as his background, then right-click hide icons. It made the icons disappear and just left an image of them. Fast forward to the next day, he's on with tech support because his icons won't work and thinks his computer is broken. End quote.
Oh man, I hope his boss had a sense of humor too. It's just
Oh yeah,
another one of
hope
those
so.
like you're taking a risk,
Mhm.
pulling these kind of pranks on your superiors. But
I'm hoping everybody practices safe pranking. Know your
your audience.
intended target's humor level before you do so.
That's cute. These days, people would figure that out real fast.
Yeah,
But back in the, beginning times of computers, this would have confused pretty much anybody.
that would have shut down an entire office back in the day. Nobody'd be able to figure out what the hell was going on.
No, it's like, well, the boss can't do anything, so peace. And it's just something that simple. Here's a follow-up to that one. Quote, I do something very similar, but instead of hiding all the icons, I add a new desktop folder before hitting print screen. Then I use that image as the overlay and delete the added folder. The added folder will still show up but not open, and all the other icons will still work normally. You can get really creative with this one and watch them get really confused when they cannot open or delete this mysterious folder that may or may not be labeled as hot firefighters. Okay, that's funny.
That's a good one.
They're like, oh my God, I did put this here.
It's not mine, I swear.
I can't get it to go away. HR's like,
do we need to have a talk?
Yeah, that's not appropriate for work. And they're like, I don't even know.
It wasn't me.
That's funny. I don't even know the last time I actually opened something from the desktop on my computer. Like the bar, sure, but not the desktop.
I have some Steam games shortcutted on my desktop, so I'll open it from there.
Yeah.
But that's literally it.
Yeah. It's crazy because you can tell they're probably older.
You can date them. Yeah, a few of these that I found were, at least a few years
love
old,
it.
and then they were talking from the past as well. So
no, yeah. I love that because it's like a blast from the past.
You're like trip down memory lane.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do this kind of stuff now because it's not as relevant. So, when life is simpler.
I know. Okay, up next. Quote, when I started out in a prison, they tried to have the rookies do an air quality check by having them walk around with an empty plastic bag and bringing it back to control to be tested. Obviously, they would watch you on camera walk around with an empty bag like an idiot. I heard about a few other rookies falling for it, so I knew it was coming. Luckily, I didn't fall for it. End quote. Those poor bastards.
Yeah.
You're putting so much faith into these superiors that they're not going to bust your balls, and then they have you walking around with a plastic. Like if there was like a test tube or I don't know, some other more scientific device to do this test on, maybe, it'd be a little more, but like you're walking around waving around a plastic bag.
Nobody asked questions, or they were just scared to ask questions.
Who knows? I've never been in that setting, so,
I haven't either. Yeah, I don't think that's how you test air quality.
No.
Just gonna put that out there.
Jeez.
Oh man, people are gullible. Okay. Finally, up on our list today is, quote, I sent everyone a message from my buddy's MDT with his phone number that said, can you give me a call real fast? I need to run something by you. So everyone called his phone at the same time. He was getting calls for hours. It was bad. He was pissed. So fast forward a couple days, and he bought all the crickets in the pet store and all the mealworms and dumped them in my car while I was in the bathroom. I haven't pranked a single person since then. Wow, he went hard.
You know how I said the glitter would probably be my worst nightmare?
No.
I take it back, and 1,000 phone calls continuously all at once, I would be deceased.
Yeah, so Corey had water softener salts ordered for delivery through Home Depot. And he didn't realize that they use a third-party delivery service, so they get your phone number. So he did this, and then literally for 3 days, my phone didn't stop ringing because all of these home companies were calling being like, "Oh, do you need new windows? Are you looking to have this done?" Literally nonstop. Like, I almost broke my phone. I was like, "Never do this again." Never. It's a nightmare.
I would have changed phone numbers.
It
I'm
was,
done. Nope.
and I got to the point where I would answer it and be like, so mad. I understand this isn't your fault, but you're like the 20th call I've gotten in the last 5 minutes. Stop calling me.
Do not call me again.
It was
Oof.
horrible. And we have had to have crickets in the house before from when we had the lizards, and they would get out.
See, that doesn't bother me too much.
They're just loud and they make annoying sounds.
They're just annoying, but they're not like, okay, the mealworms, I'm a little less okay with that one, but it's the phone calls that nope. I'll never have to worry about being a victim on Scream because I don't answer the phone.
No.
Ever.
They can't get you if you don't pick up, right?
Exactly.
Maybe it's all through text messages. I haven't seen the new one.
I haven't either. We need to do that.
I agree.
Yep. Oh, man. April is going to be a fun month for us. On April 11th and 12th, we're going to be in Albuquerque, New Mexico for the Beyond the Crime Convention, which is an immersive 2-day event that brings together true crime survivors, family members of the missing, detectives, advocates, true crime podcasters, creators advocating for the voiceless, and true crime fans who are invested in helping solve crimes.
While we're there, we are going to be recording a live episode talking about the outrageous case of Ryan Waller, which we've covered extensively on this show. If you want to come see us while we're there, go to www.beyondcrimeconvention.com and enter the code BEYOND-WEIRD to get 12% off your ticket cost.
But before we say goodbye today, let's hear that riddle one more time. I'm filled with air and hide under your seat. Sit down and I'll give you a treat. What am I? The answer? A whoopee cushion! Have you ever been pranked by one of those?
Not intentionally. Like, we've had whoopee cushions in the house because of the kids.
And yeah.
But it's always like, I knew it was there.
Yeah. It's like, oh no.
Yeah. Have you?
No.
Yeah.
No. They would have gotten bitch slapped by a whoopee cushion if they had done that to me. I'm just saying.
Oh, man. I don't think they have the same impact that they used to.
No.
You know,
no, they don't.
They're not as much of a novelty anymore. Now it's just kind of like, okay. But I did know what the answer to that riddle was.
Hey! Well, I mean, that one was...
Yeah, but I never get any of them.
You don't, but I try to make this one as obvious as possible, so,
Until next time, stay safe.
And make good choices.
Bye.
I'm Gina. I'm not Gina. You're Gina.
Totally keeping that in.
I was reading the next slide and looking at you. Motherfucker.
Would 100% keep that in. It's perfect.